were you playing guitar in a sandstorm and you had just sand blasting on everything and rounding every corner over? My first love was Martin guitars. They were the first guitar I ever idolized. A friend of mine had one. He was my youth pastor. It was the coolest guitar. It sounded so good and so cool. So my whole life, since I was 14, I have paid attention to Martin guitars. So a few years ago, Martin brought out the Junior series, probably about 10 years ago, and they've just recently added a few models like this thing. Look at this. This is the Martin 000C Junior. This is the Streetmaster version. And a few years ago, I had another Streetmaster. I had the 00015 Streetmaster. And I want to see, does this thing live up to the hype? Is this worthy of the name, both worthy of the name Martin, worthy of the name 000, worthy of the name Streetmaster? So let's talk about this thing. I'm Jeremy, this is Guitar Hunter, and if you like Martin guitars, I think we're in good company. If you're trying to figure out if there's a guitar worth impulse buying, this I think might be an impulse buy level Martin. This is, what, $799, right around there. I'll put a link in the description down below, and I'll tell you where that link comes from, because this is an interesting sponsor. The sponsor of today's video is Guitar Center. They sent me this guitar, they are paying for this review, and so with that said, as always, when brands pay for my time, they get just that. They don't get my opinion. So I'm not going to change what I would say about this guitar. What is this? So this, like I said, is the 000 Junior. So the Junior is a smaller, scaled down version of these guitars. Usually, the rule of thumb is when you make a guitar smaller, you give up a lot. Usually, you give up playability. They get really jangly. And then you also give up a lot of low end and bass. And so this guitar, to me so far, surprisingly bassy and not that jangly. A really comfortable guitar to play. So with all that said, let me jump into a 3-question gear review. Foremost, let's talk about what's good about this guitar. Well, first, the thing I like a lot is that it has CF Martin on the headstock. We hear guitars with our eyes, and it means a lot that that name is on the front of this guitar. Now, with that said, this guitar has so much going for it. Solid sapelli top, that dark Streetmaster finish that is cool. It looks a little distressed. This is not the full-on fake jeans look of like the... There's another one that they offer, but I like this. I think that it is a good use of just a little bit of distressing to make this guitar look a little more approachable. Solid sapelli top. Underneath that is scalloped X bracing. It's a 24.9 inch scale length, so shorter scale length. I bet this guitar, I would bet that this is probably closer to, in other vernacular, that this is probably similar to a Singolo. But with that said, this thing has a deep and really beautiful voice. It's surprising to me how much bass and low end this guitar has. On the back and sides, laminated sapelli or layered sapelli. Really good looking. It doesn't look any different really from the front to the back. And it just, I mean, it fits. It works. On the inside, there is the E1 system. And on the inside, down there, is a tuner. And I like... A thing that's really good about this guitar is that the tuner is inside the sound hole there. Now, it is a little strange. You have to push... There's a button on the inside of the volume, on the inside of the preamp, so you have to kind of put your finger in there. But when you do, you get to turn on the tuner there. So, there it is. This guitar all in, it pulls together, it sounds good, it looks good, it's good materials, it's made to last, it's made by Martin. So let's transition into the things that I don't like about this guitar, or might be seen as downsides. Whew. I would be remiss in this video if I didn't at least acknowledge the opinion that I hear on a lot of message boards that people aren't as happy with Mexican-made Martins. And usually they pair that with a couple things. People don't love the satin finish. I like the satin finish. People also don't like the Richlite bridge and Richlite fingerboard. Now, Richlite is a synthetic material. It's not a wood, but it's incredibly resilient and tough. Other things that people might not like as much is that there's a scarf joint. I think there's just one scarf joint down here on the neck heel. If you don't know, that's where they use multiple pieces of wood and they glue it together instead of having to have a board that is this skinny at the top and then that thick at the bottom. So those are other things. Another critique that might happen on this guitar, I don't prefer electronics. And with this, the way that this guitar is made with the preamp and the in pin, you're pretty tied in to the format of pickups. If you would like a different style of pickup, it's going to be a bit of a challenge to change this over. But this guitar is not, I don't think this guitar is for a super tweaky guitar player or someone that really wants to put a high-end, you wouldn't probably put a $300, $400 pickup into this guitar. A critique or a thing worth noting is that all of this guitar, everything on it seems to have kind of a rounded edge, as if this were a relic guitar or an old guitar. But I mean, it's a little goofy sometimes to me, because it's like, were you playing guitar in a sandstorm and you had just sand blasting on everything and rounding every corner over? Did you just let it sit in your truck and bounce around? It's all just this like little friction-y rounding off stuff. This guitar for? This guitar is for two main audiences. This is an amazing guitar for a beginner because it's smaller, it's really comfortable, it's really light, it sounds good, the neck is such a good comfy shape. The Richlite fingerboard, it's just going to age really well. The built-in tuner means that you'll be in tune. This guitar is definitely for a young player. Now, the other audience that I think this guitar is really, really good for is traveling musicians. This one would absolutely fit into an overhead compartment. It has an amazing gig bag with bright, beautiful, squashy, plush interior, good neck support, good storage on the outside, really comfy backpack straps. To me, this guitar would just travel really, really well. Solid top means that it's going to sound better as it gets older. It's going to be a little bassier, a little warmer, a little more wonderful as it grows and changes. Really good, worth the money, lives up to the name Martin. That's the end of this video. I'm Jeremy. This is Guitar Hunter. Make sure you check out the links in the description down below, and please subscribe. There's a huge amount of you that watch these videos, and it means a lot to me that most people that watch this channel go straight to the search bar. They type in Jeremy Sheppard guitar videos, and that's the main source of people finding my videos. It's people that know about this channel, care about this channel, you like the community that's being built around Guitar Hunter, but you're not subscribed. But it really helps me. It helps make sure that more guitar players get to join this community if you're subscribed. So please hit the button down below. Make sure you turn the bell on so that you get notifications when videos come up like this, because there will be more videos in collaboration with Guitar Center. And it's always a good and exciting day when I have a Martin in my lap and in my hands. So I hope this is helpful. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Did I do good? Did I mess it up? Did I say something that you wish I would have said? Or did I not answer a question that you still have? Thanks for watching. I'm Jeremy. I'll see you later. Bye.